everybody, how you doing? How are my fellow yummy mummies and cherub cheek chummies? Just a little video. Obviously I posted previously about pre-op and what was the other thing, and 10 days after my parathyroidectomy. Had quite a lot of interest in vlogging about parathyroidectomy, had quite a lot of interest in the topic. And know obviously that it's still quite rare, but thought I would do a little reveal and a little sort of chat about how I'm doing 5 weeks, or nearly 5.5 weeks after having my parathyroidectomy. I haven't seen my consultant yet. I'm seeing him at the end of the month, and hopefully that will be okay. Still getting the tingles, not too bad, but I find in the morning just a little bit in the hands and feet, not so much the lips, which is a good sign. And what else? I don't know if I'm feeling any different. It's hard to tell because obviously one of the side effects of hyperparathyroidism is fatigue. And as I'm pregnant anyway, I'm coming up to 23 weeks pregnant, I am feeling very tired, and there's a change in the weather which always affects me, and I am still feeling quite tired. Brain fog, again, really difficult to tell because I kind of have a bit of baby brain and being tired as well. And I did actually put Dettol in a bottle of Dettol in the fridge the other day and realised that it probably wasn't supposed to go in there. So am I feeling different? Not really. Still got the blues, still a bit down, but then that could be contributed to a lot of stuff going on in my life at the moment, which is for another video. And what else can I say? I've had the dressing changed a couple of times, I've cleaned it up. The nurse very kindly gave me some little, I don't know what they're called, surgical pads or surgical cleaning pads. The nurse kindly gave me some of those, so I've used that to clean it a little bit. Still a bit sore, still a bit swollen on one side, but it's not too bad. The 2 nurses that have seen me, they said they're quite happy with what they've seen so far. I must admit, I did kind of compare my scar to another lady who I think she had it privately on one of the hyperparathyroidism Facebook groups. If anybody wants the link, I can put that below if anyone is interested in hyperparathyroidism or is suffering themselves, etc. But her cut was really small, but I wonder if that's because also where he didn't know where the troublesome parathyroids were, whether he made a bigger cut because it was an investigative surgery so he could find which ones were wrong. It might have been smaller if he'd known where they were initially. And obviously where I'm pregnant, I had a scan a long time ago, but obviously where I'm pregnant, I didn't really want to do the radio, God, what's it called? The radiation, the scans, and they didn't do that anyway. So I suppose in some ways it's safer that he did the investigative surgery. It makes more sense. And that's about it really. And I haven't been given any, as I said, I haven't been given any advice about after scar care, etc. So it will be interesting to see what the doctor says when I see him. And basically, this is the big reveal. So I'm going to take off my scarf. Most people who have seen it, I'm still very self-conscious of it. Ta-da! Most people that have seen it have said, oh, it's not too bad. But then they would say that because they haven't got one themselves, and I'm still quite self-conscious about it. I'm still a bit, should I cover it up? Am I going to scare the kids? And everything like that. And you just think really silly thoughts. I know, they're really, really silly. But I'm very self-conscious of it, but I'm also quite proud of it because it shows what I've been through and that I'm a fighter and a survivor, and I had a lot thrown at me, including this, which really scared the wits out of me. I don't know if you saw my earlier video, what would have been a day surgery turned into 2 weeks in hospital and a lot of cannulas, etc. So again, I'm really grateful to my surgeon, really grateful to the NHS. If I just come up, you'll be able to see it a little bit better. It's still a little bit sore, but you can see just here that there's a little bit swollen up, but it's not too bad. It's getting there. Just patience. I think also I'll ask my surgeon about what kind of thing to put on to help it, to ease it a little bit, especially the healing process, whether there's anything I can put on it. If I do find out, of course we'll let you know. And as I said before, if there are any of you that have any questions or anything, or have any suggestions even, or are going through it yourself or anything like that, would really love to hear from you. I don't know if I'm going to feel any different after I've had my baby. It's so difficult to tell, I think, if I hadn't been pregnant and if it had been more normal. I don't know if normal circumstances is the right word. Difficult one, really difficult. But if I do notice any changes, then I will mention it. Would I have it done again? Of course I would have it done. There's no question. And you can't mess with your health, and we're so blessed to have the NHS and everything. And yes, I would, even though I was scared out of my wits, yes, I would do it again. I don't think I had a choice. Well, I know I didn't have a choice. And again, just want to say thank you to all the NHS staff. They're absolutely awesome. And the the ambulance driver as well, Chris, he was amazing. He was so nice. So, as I said before, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, comment below, share it if you know anyone that might be going through this and might benefit from this. And I'd like to say thank you for watching. This is not very good today. I've got my head chopped off today. Pardon me. Anyone that likes this scarf, I've got it from Accessorize. There's a few in different colours. So if you are wanting to cover up, you've had a scar or operation, whatever. There's one thing actually I must add, and I think, again, I've mentioned it in the previous video, and I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself. If you are going to get a parathyroidectomy, which is what it's called, then do invest in a scarf or something if you are a little bit self-conscious. One thing I must also add is, at the moment, I absolutely hate high collar t-shirts and things like that, because they rub on it and I can feel it, and it's just not very nice. So if you've got some loose fitting tops that are loose around the neck, even more beneficial. And I'm lucky because it's obviously getting colder, so I can get away with wearing things around my neck